every bit of responsibility for what is happening to us right now in Afghanistan, but all the while telling us the buck stops with him.
In April, I made a decision to end this war. As part of that decision, we set the date of August 31st for American troops to withdraw. Let me be clear. Leaving August the 31st is not due to an arbitrary deadline. It was designed to save American lives.
Well, if you watched the show yesterday, you saw that it's pretty heavy for me. I mean, with the death of 13 U.S. service members in Kabul, it's hard for me. Well, tonight's another tough show because we officially hand over the reins in Afghanistan to the terrorist organization that helped plan and execute 9/11.
The extraordinary success of this mission was due to the incredible skill, bravery, and selfless courage of the United States military and our diplomats and intelligence professionals.
Tell us. That's our president right now. Tell me we're not back where we were 20 years ago with the same terrorists running the same country with the same intentions. The mission was not a success. Not one person who actually fought that war would refer to this as a success. He also made it seem like this is exactly how everything was supposed to go.
This is the way the mission was designed. It was designed to operate under severe stress and attack, and that's what it did.
In what world? I mean, more from Joe.
Thousands of Afghan translators and interpreters and others who supported the United States out as well.
Thousands of Afghan interpreters. Kind of like the guy who saved your tail in 2008. That guy? 13 years ago, February 2008, when then Senator Biden was in a helicopter in Afghanistan with fellow Senators John Kerry and Chuck Hagel. Their helicopter was forced down due to a snowstorm. Well, an Afghan interpreter, who goes by the name Muhammad to keep his identity safe, drove hours off-road in the rugged mountains during the storm to help rescue these three senators. Amazing heroics. He was there to save our now president's life. How's Muhammad doing now? Oh, that's right. Joe left him behind in Afghanistan. That is who Joe Biden is. And if you voted for him, shame on you, because he would leave you behind just as fast. And prove me wrong. You don't believe me? You think I'm wrong? Prove it to me. Go ahead. This is the kind of DC garbage you get when electing a 50-plus year politician that only cares about himself. And you know what else? This is what happens when you pull out with no plan. Talking about what's happening in Afghanistan, especially seeing my brothers and sisters coming home in boxes, this is tough for me, guys. And if you're a veteran out there watching, I'm sure it's just as hard for you, too. Joe had this to say to families this afternoon.
We owe them and their families a debt of gratitude we can never repay, but we should never, ever, ever forget.
The next thing I'm going to show you also weighs pretty heavily on my heart. This is the scene on the streets of Kabul. Hours, not days, not weeks, hours after the last American troops left. What's being described as reports as the Taliban victory parade, with coffins draped with the American flag as well as other countries. They're being paraded around the streets. I can't unsee this, and neither can the families of the fallen or any other veteran that spent their time over in Afghanistan. And we're going to speak to the father of Marine Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover in just a moment, but according to Biden, this August 31st withdrawal was designed to save lives.
Let me be clear. Leaving August the 31st is not due to an arbitrary deadline. It was designed to save American lives.
I want to remind those who might ever consider voting Democrat again, barring like a severe IQ deficiency, why you should never vote for anyone that doesn't put America first, ever. Now I want you to grab your liberal friends and make them watch this, because in between hitting their local pot dispensary or their next faux outrage social justice campaign, let's give them a reality check. The guy they said was literally Hitler, Trump, versus their golden calf, Joe Biden. You think you ever have it that bad? Consider the fact that the #1 health issue among poor people in this country is having too much to eat, obesity. So spare me if you think you're somehow oppressed here in America. But with that baseline, remember when America was winning Like, I mean, seriously, like when we didn't leave Americans in foreign countries to fend for themselves, that's when America was winning.
We will have so much winning if I get elected that you may get bored with winning.
We used to have victories. We don't have victories. We're going to have so many victories that you're going to be bored of winning. You're going to get so tired of it.
We are going to keep winning at every level. We're going to win so much that you're going to come and you're going to say, Mr. President, we're winning too much. I can't stand it anymore. And I'm going to say, I don't care.
That's a guy that I want. Folks, I've said it before. America can survive a Barack Obama or a Joe Biden or whoever else, but what we cannot survive is an electorate dumb enough to keep electing fools like that. Forgive me for sounding cliche, but we really can, if we want to. We can make America great again still. But it starts with you and I, getting out there and making sure people don't forget how good we have it. If you can go to the store consciously without worrying about a terrorist attack or a roadside bomb, you have it pretty good. I know that's foreign to a lot of people here, but that's a reality. That security, though, it comes at a price. It's not a price paid by people in D.C. It's a price paid by the 13 soldiers who didn't come home alive. They came home under a flag. So when someone tells you they support Democrats, maybe you should just ask them why. Make them articulate. Seriously. I don't care if it's over Thanksgiving dinner, family reunion, Christmas, whatever. I don't care. It's time to have those arguments because we've let it go too long. 13 Americans came home in boxes. So yes, this is the venue. Because if not now, when? That's the conversation we need to have. And it might get uncomfortable, but imagine how those families of those people that didn't come home, imagine how those families feel. Think they're comfortable? No. And I tell you, the Republican Party, you better wake up. You need to start believing in the messenger as much as the message.